How are you? Well, very good. And you? Today it is the lowering of the sun up, and from here comes to Maracaibo. They were sending me some videos that were very beautiful by the governor Luis Caldera, who was in the corner of Luis, actually, for Luis, which is the original area where is that song from. So what do you have to tell to me? Well, President, it is a very hot week with many news, and we would like to start as always with the economical subject that in these last 3 months of the year it becomes a fundamental subject for Venezuelan men and women, and I would like to sum it up in two news, one at the internal and one at the external. The commerce sector reached the collection of 13.5 and raised the 49% in the record of new brands. This was announced by the vice president, who highlighted that the 97% of the transactions done in the supermarkets in the country are in bolivars, and this has an international repercussion in the terms of economical news. And Oxford Economy said that the Venezuelan economy will grow 6% in 2025 and 4.2% in 2026. So it is a economic help company from the foreign, which is namely Oxford, and I think that we found the way with the plan of the 13 engines and the construction of virtuous circles and circuits on the inside and around, also articulated around the 13 engines of a real economy, which we look for it to be productive, that produce goods and services, tomatoes, meats, milk, eggs, that produces industrial goods and technological goods, and for those products to each time more and more is to be made in Venezuela, to break the dependencies and to break the import of all which is unnecessary, to focus in a model that is balanced each time more. So there's several elements there. The growth of the commerce, which we have talked about in several occasions. It is impressive. There is still 16 months later, after I said it for the first time, there is an overwarming in the commerce in Venezuela. Why? Because there is an internal market that is very powerful. Why? Because there is capacity of buying things by the population. There is a capacity which is called by the economists as a capacity of consumption. So greetings to all of the economists as well. My greetings, we like you very much. No one is perfect. So that is an element that needs to be highlighted, because we have been building and overcoming the economical war with new formulas. We have to look at the economical war that was done to these countries and that is still persists in some aspects, but the economy shows that it is very strong, has an internal market that is powerful. Everyone wants to make a brand, a small business or a big business. And on Saturday in a commercial in a shopping center, very well known, they inaugurated a superstore that made me very impressed because it went viral in social media, and I was very impressed. What does that mean? That they are betting on Venezuela because it has a very strong internal market, and there is a capacity of buying in all of the sectors of the population, with a policy of distributing wealth, which we have learned to do a lot with the little that comes in. And regarding the economical growth, Cepal has also said the same thing as Oxford Economics, that there's going to be a growth of 6%. Oxford, to both of them, I say that that is what they have seen, but the real economy says that by the end of December we could be talking about a number close to 9 points of growth of the PIB of Venezuela, with a growth of the real economy, the one that produces goods and services, and a growth very in a harmony of all of the sectors of the economics, that of the farmers market, the industrial ones, the petroleum, the petrochemistry, the gas companies as well. very in a harmony situation, which is fundamental because for over 100 years, even the general Nagrita wanted to avoid it, but he was defeated. He wanted to rise a project very similar to the one that we have currently of the development of multi-dimensions and economical diversity. We lived 100 years of a model that was totally deformed and it was talked about in capitalist economy that didn't have a shape. It was talked a lot about the petroleum sector. Now we are putting on efforts for the economy to grow with these 13 engines in a harmonious way. So there's good news that Venezuela has to preserve its economical model. We have to stabilize it completely because it is a game of win-win. The workers win, the families, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen and women, the ones who invest, the national businessmen and people, the international ones. It is win and win. We realized we had to play to win and win. And those who wanted to sabotage our economy also saw that, and now we are all united by the success of the new economical model that belongs to all of us. President, I insist on the 4.2% of 2026. What is expected for 2026? We are ending on here. I don't know the numbers of projection, but I believe that it probably will be more because they are engines that are growing in a stable way. Each engine has its own capital of reinvestment. Each engine it's also changing the equipment and the things that they need, and it is expected an expansion of the internal market, and that will guarantee the internal capacity for the economy to work and grow even more. When I have the official projections that the central bank sent